Hey, everybody. Welcome back to SaaS Founder Stories. Ashley is here with me today. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you for having me, David. We should
Ah,
mention this is sponsored by Zevia today. Root beers keep me fueled.
I thought it was actually President's Choice Ginger Ale.
Not allowed. Who wants to sponsor?
Welcome to SaaS Founder Stories. So we are actually transitioning this show into a little bit about Ashley and I's journey to build Lynda AI, the tools that work for us, the things that we're learning. So that you as other founders and entrepreneurs can learn from what wins we have and what mistakes we make, and we will not hide anything for you. So today we're going to have some fun. Ashley's going to talk a little bit about some of the things that's been going on for her, and I'm going to go over some of the fun things that I'm learning and doing in development. So anything you want to add there, Ashley? Perfect. Well, I'll say let's kick off with Ashley. I think she's been having some fun. And as you all know, if you've been following along, she had a catastrophic event happen where her YouTube channel got deleted after she put a bunch of effort in. And so she's been climbing that mountain again. And so tell us a little bit of what you're doing with that.
So I will share my screen. I started with a goal of creating 100 videos. This came from some hurdles I had to get over internally as far as just creating videos on the spot. I'm fine in a client meeting. I'm fine in a sales call, but for some reason, picking up my phone and creating a video was the biggest hurdle. Anyway, so film 100 and post 100, I should clarify. So I've probably filmed, my guess is 60 at this point, and I've posted 40. And so LinkedIn is our channel where we play, but I don't want to post a video a day. I kind of mix in carousels and photos. So I built a YouTube automation back in June and started up an account that got to 20,000 views in like a month and a bit. So I was super proud, and then I accidentally deleted it. Tears for 30 minutes. And then I kind of got over it, and I figured spin up a new one. I have a bunch of videos. I can build an automation and just schedule them out. So I started doing that, and I had new videos being filmed. Anyway, I ran into some issues where my execution started failing. And so what it is this node, the transcribe node that I use. Basically, I just upload the shorts to a Google Drive because, again, I don't have time to do this, and it's just an extra one. I'm all about sales right now. So I just have to upload them to the drive, and then the automation takes care of everything. And so this one node where it transcribes the short video to create a title fails when the video is over 25 megabytes. And sneaky thing is I actually had this in the past with SaaS Founder Stories, and I forgot about it. But it was an issue when I automated that one out. And so I haven't fixed it yet. What I did was I just removed the videos that were over 25 megabytes, and it's running. I have 2 potential fixes, but I need to research them and put time and effort into seeing if they're actually viable. And I don't know how long it would take me to fix it. So I haven't done it. That one's sitting, but videos are still being scheduled. So I'm happy
Perfect.
about that. And I think I'm around like 46 videos out of my 100.
The moral of the story is to keep your videos under 25 megabytes, and then you don't have to fix it.
Yeah, just create shorts that are basically under 20 seconds and should be good. I was exporting videos at 4K. I've stopped doing that. We're in
Yeah.
the 720 range right now. So
Which
also how I'm doing it, right?
honestly, for what we're doing, like if you're watching on your phone, you're not watching at 4K. You're watching it like it's a little tiny screen. It's totally compacted. So I think that's great.
Yeah. So
Nice.
eventually I'll fix it, but for now it sits. Another automation I built was the blog writer from our transcripts. So David and I, we do sales, we do customer meetings. We want to anonymize them at this time. We did get our first testimonial last
Nice.
week, which was huge. So we'll start building case studies and stuff. But for now, we're just anonymizing people, which it does in this automation. And it's kicking out a blog every day. I've posted 3 of them. 2 live, 1 scheduled for Thursday. So it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes of my time that I put in weekly. SEO is it's not going to obviously bring us a sale in tomorrow or over the next couple of weeks. So you and I have kind of chatted around. It's not something we're going to put a lot of effort in, but we have been picked up by the large language models, which is really cool to see. So where we built our website to begin with, because we just wanted to do it quick and fast and dirty, was Wix. And so you can see here user queries on AI by page. This is a blog here being picked up, our about section, our homepage, and there's others, but that was really cool. So
That is cool. I think I wanted to touch on something there as well, because I think one of the challenges that we've been working together for a very long time at a couple companies now. And I remember like the first times trying to make videos. Remember making when I started making videos at Safety Evolution, and we had the whole production room and all that. And now you think about like here where, because we're remote and we record everything and all our meetings are online, we literally take transcripts now and write blogs. We take the recorded videos and create shorts and other content. It's so cool to see like the difference in how you can do create and come and bring product to everybody in your network. So I love that one.
yeah.
What else have you been working on?
Then sales. That's my main focus each and every day. So one of the things that we did was rework our profiles to be built to sell. So I do pay for LinkedIn Premium. So I have this ability to put a carousel in here. If you've never noticed that and you pay for premium, pretty cool. You can put, I think, up to 5 images in there. Love some feedback on this from anyone listening. And so also when you're engaging out there in LinkedIn, commenting, liking posts, showing up in people's news feed as maybe the featured comment, they see your face, your name, and of course your headline here.
Mm-hmm.
So today I removed co-founder.
So did you? Oh, nice.
Shocking.
I love it.
Shocking. What a vanity thing to have in there. But does it sell Lynda? No. It got the axe.
So can you show why this is important? Can you like go to a comment that you've commented on and show people how much real estate they're giving up by putting co-founder in that piece right there? Because you and I were talking about this morning, and we're like, if you look at this comment, like look at Ashley's comment right there, and then look at who do you have below? What's the fellow below that has MBA there? What does his say?
This one?
Yeah, I can't read it.
Sorry. Cultural intelligence for global careers and transitions. Technical recruitment, ... A lot of dots.
When you see that, like that's what people see about you, right? Like that's all they get. So that line below your name on every comment that you make, on everything that you interact with, is your beacon or banner or thing that goes into the world. So you could comment on 50 things and you might have, like, one of the interesting things is how many impressions your comment got. Every one of those people read that line probably when they looked at who you are. So treat that real estate like it is Park Avenue, because that's the most important real estate in your whole profile.
David, do you want to share what you changed your name to here for
you could
an
share
hour
it if you
while
want.
I was out, while I was on a couple calls?
Well, you can show what happens when you give me an idea and I go too far. If you want to show your screen, I'm happy to
David
go
Brennan, Lynda AI was his name. And Lynda AI. I had to back him off
I'm probably going to go in and change it again so that it just is straight Lynda AI. The other really cool thing on your profile, and I think this is worth touching on actually, is your work experience. You want to show that part? Because I think, like, if you don't have a profile that's designed, like, is your profile on LinkedIn meant to get you a job? Or if you are in sales or a founder, it should be really, or an entrepreneur for that matter, or business, that thing should be selling your business. So now when you look at what's on the experience part there, Actually, you want to walk through and kind of explain how that's set up?
Yeah, I mean, I went in and I removed all skills from all of these. I removed the descriptions. These are all trimmed down. It's about Lynda. It's short. It's sweet. It's a call to action here. That's it. So by
And
the
if you
time
click
somebody's,
on the call to action, it'll open up and you can book in for free trial
yeah,
right
you
there.
get a nice little,
Boom.
yeah,
So like, just like when you're building a website that only has one conversion mechanism, your LinkedIn profile, if you're going to be going after social selling the way that Ashley is, and I am, that's how you do it.
yeah, top to bottom. So saying this about section, it went on and on. 3 lines now. The featured section, Lynda with some personality and some personality is what I went for. See how that goes. Obviously posts. And then into the experience. So that
Love it.
I spent some time doing. And then kind of like around a sales, our outreach right now. It's starting to pop, which is really exciting. 3 founders booked in to go live next week. I kind of gave them the option um, around when to go live. Dave's going to share a piece about the audit that we have some news on. So they're going to go live next week, and then conversations. I'm having 4 conversations right now with more interest. One founder went live yesterday, another founder tomorrow. Both have teams with more people lined up to go live. It's an exciting week. And I was saying I should probably get a scoreboard of
Yes.
sorts that we can really look at, because I'm not going to share the pipeline today. It's got names and all that jazz. So that's what I
I
have.
love it. You definitely need a scoreboard because what gets measured gets made. I didn't say that. I stole that. That's not my line at all. Cool. So I will kind of transition a little bit into product because, as you all may know, this is a different experience at Lynda for me, because previously at the other companies, I was much more forward facing, doing sales and marketing and that side. And this side, this time I've been with the development. And so it's been just a really big learning curve, I'll say that much, over the last 4 or 5 months, going from being a non-technical founder to being the technical founder that's responsible for all the product development. And so there have been some things that first of all, having been in the software space for 10 years now and having designed and built Safety Evolution and took that company still running and bought another one and all that stuff. I'm so amazed with what we can do now. Like, I think about how hard it was to get things done 2, 3 years ago. The effort, we kind of talked about it, like to make a video that went on that you put up on YouTube. I have sound room. I recorded it on a very expensive camera. I took that, I plugged it into a computer, I loaded it into a file, and then it went through this whole process of being able to, sound and all this stuff. And now we do that in 90% of it's automated just with our phones and device and Riverside. And so what I'm finding is this kind of plays out as well for software. And so Ashley said we have a couple company or free customers that aren't coming in till next week. And the reason why they're not coming in till next week is because we have been grinding out our approval as an app with Google. And it's not Google's fault, believe me. It's us learning and moving. And so the final piece to that was our CASA Tier 2 audit. I've done a lot of audits in my life, most of them health and safety audits, and some of them like big ones and taking a lot of time to do. And I can say that this one 2 years ago would have been would have been so stressful and so challenging to do and would have taken us a significant amount of time. And now you have tools that just gobsmack me. Like I have O5 connected to GitHub. So all my repos are there for me to be able to query and plan with and understand what's going on. So this audit, they scan your code, looking for vulnerabilities. First of all, came back at a 9.4. That's pretty awesome out of 10. So we were in the green. We only had 9 deficiencies that we had to work on. They were all low or information. And so it was really incredible being able to use that chat GPT to walk through it and get it right. And especially when you don't know how to do it. And so like even on the first page, I like snipped the first sign up page and didn't pick the wrong audit type. Like I'm always like, well, maybe we should go for tier 3. No, don't do that. I was like, hey, should we do this? And it's like, no, because you're trying to get this through really fast. And then, making sure that we did the right type of scan. And then once the scan was done, taking each one of those very confusing, I will say, outputs from the scan and being able to just be like, okay, here's the next problem I need your help with. What do we got to do? Search the code. I want to see what's going on, and then quickly fixing it. We did, like they said, it could take 1 to 6 weeks to do this audit because we had ChatGPT connected to our code and those tools. We got our LOV, which we got, and it's been sent into Google. That's a letter of verification. We did that. I started it on Friday morning. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days to do that audit. So that was code deficiency rewrites, scan, and 56 questions. 56 questions with code and verification snippets on how you manage that. And I did that in an hour and a half because my things were connected to the code. So just think about how much effort that would have been if you were writing that out and trying to search your own code and figure out
And I
how
tell
to
you,
justify that.
when you put that in the Slack in the morning, and I read it while I was making breakfast for my daughter around 7 a.m. and I saw a 50-thing questionnaire with all that you mentioned, I went,
You can curse.
here goes another week. Or again, here's a sales process that slowed down is what immediately went into my mind. Come 9 a.m. meeting, done and submitted, shut the front door.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, this is going to be like the coolest part. Like, these tools are going to open doors and break down barriers for so many founders and so many people in general that I think it's just so cool. That was after, like, literally, I got done those questions and I took Safety Evolution's code, and it's been kind of bothering me for probably about a month and a half now, because we made a decision 10 years ago when we picked a provider to go with Bitbucket. And I've been patiently waiting, to see when they would get on board. And finally, I actually migrated all of our repos into GitHub yesterday so that that connected to my ChatGPT to O5 so that I can query and run those things and be able to just like use the tools the way that we should be able to and unlock what's really happening in those bases. So those are like the big two.
Here's one for you. I had coffee with a founder who's somebody I know from my whole hotel days last week and has been in business and software similar to Safety Evolution. And I asked, are you, who's developing? What are they using? Are they using AI? And they're not. They've started looking into it. There's some hesitancies about getting repos, then guessing set up and connections a little over my head, going to be honest. When you hear something like that, what's your advice to a founder who's got a company, 8 years old, isn't using AI like you are?
My advice is do when we started to hit the end of Archeo, the first product, and we didn't have developers and things got kind of dark. One of the things that went through my mind was, I'm going to learn this technology. So as long as I'm here and breathing, I can do it and fight. And the two things that came to me were I love to run. So that's really healthy for me. And what better time for me as a person, just the way that I function, to learn is then. So I just started stacking training YouTube videos on how people were building the systems, how people were using this technology, how people were implementing this. And I listened to 5 hours a week or 6 hours a week. If I had spare time, there was a video on with somebody talking and teaching. And then once I kind of got a base understanding of how people were doing it, started to go, okay, let's try and play with it. And that's why I kind of remember when I built the first version of Lynda on the weekend in like end of January. And it was like, okay, this is a thing that's possible. And then just continue to learn. Like today I went on my run and I spent the whole run listening to how Claude is being used by the developers of Claude to write code, and how they're setting it up, and how they're formatting their agents, and how they're like seeing people using it not just for coding, like they're using it for all kinds of things to help them understand how to market their software, and I just think that that's my advice. Is it can feel daunting, but if you take the time to just really learn and just be dedicated about it, there's nothing in the world right now. There's two things that you have that nobody else in any generation before us have had. And that is, you have YouTube creators that are teaching and creating and teaching, like they're telling you how they're doing everything. And you have large language models that are PhD level smart. And if they're giving you the wrong answer, it's because you're not asking them the question properly. It's not them. So ask the right question, be specific, learn how to communicate. Actually, how much better has my communication gone in the last year because of how much I actually have to use natural language to communicate with large language models?
Yeah, 100%. Even my own.
Words matter.
Yeah.
Description, give people, treat it. This is the thing. If you treat a large language model like you would treat another human being, and don't assume they know what you're talking about or what you're asking for, and get really clear on what you're asking them to do, it's wildly incredible what you can pull off nowadays with it.
Well, there we have it. Not sure what episode this is, but see you next week.
You know it. Can't wait to share what we get up to, because we're going to have a fun week. Ashley and I are both going into sales. So look out, kids.
We'll bring our badge next week. Google approved.
You know it.